Welcome Toffee TV, proudly backed by Ladbrokes for the rest of the season. We're here, final word, Atalanta 3, Everton 0. Match day 1 of the Europa League. It's great to be back in Europe, Baz, with the big boys. Yeah, imagine if we were actually, imagine if we were playing the big boys.
71-0
at least. I think if we played Real Madrid, I think it would be 49-0.
47. I reckon it'd be 2 goal line clearance.
I don't think we'd have a shot on target.
Oh, a shot on target? Wouldn't have a shot on target if you're playing fucking Real Tesco. What are you on about?
Did they play in the Slovakian league, Real Tesco?
Yeah. The third.
That was utterly shambolic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Utterly.
Game?
No, the saddest part of the last 3 games, that all 3 second halves, the opposition have took mercy on us. How
you say that?
Because it's true.
I think we've corrected stuff at half time.
Yeah, not well.
2-0 second half.
Yeah.
We're the real winners here.
Yeah, we are. Well, we're not really because we didn't win the second half.
Yeah. No.
But in the 3 games, the opposition have taken mercy on us, and I think that is the worst thing in the world.
I don't think they've taken mercy.
I do.
I think they probably just took the foot off.
That's the same thing.
No,
isn't it?
It's not, because taking mercy is like we're going, I feel our ass on, these battering them. It's more like this game's won, and we'll just keep them at arm's length.
I wonder what that feels like.
Amazing.
Do you know what? I don't know in my life if I've ever experienced that at Everton. I genuinely don't. Because Everton will always somehow give you a sense of fear, even if you're 4-0 up. With about 10 minutes to go, they will always provide.
Bournemouth, we're looking at you.
Well, yeah. They will, on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
They will always provide fear, but no.
Remember that fear factor? Shite. Like us.
Yeah, like us. I just the whole thing tonight was just really poor, really poor. Let's start with the team and the formation. The team on paper wasn't terrible.
No,
it wasn't terrible. There was not having a go, but it was a bit more, let's say, balanced. It was more of a mix of old and new. Wasn't everyone crammed in? There seemed to be players playing in their correct positions, maybe. But again, it's this formation that has no end product, I suppose. 4, 2, 3, 1, maybe.
I don't think.
I know we have 4 at the back. That's all.
Yeah.
And a goalie.
I don't think he knows what it is. I think he might know what it's supposed to be, but I don't know whether that's translating to the players how it should be. Whether we're just ridiculously slow, whether we don't understand it, or whether we're just utter shite. And I don't think we're utter shite. So, I don't. I know. The players, I mean, I'm not saying the way we're playing isn't. To me, we look like. Remember them games when you were a kid and you with your mates and loads of lads to turn up and you just divvy the teams out, and sometimes it'd work and sometimes it wouldn't in the game. We just look like 11 lads who know how to play footy but aren't a team.
Not
and
together.
They're just, there's little. I watched it with my dad and we're looking going, you know, even in the first 25 minutes before they scored, very similar to Saturday really, before they scored, we had a little spell where Rooney had the chip which was unlucky. We had a shot by Sigurdsson which the keeper saved, which you would expect them to. But other than that, we didn't really do anything. And if you watched them, they were getting round the back and they were threat all the time. When we had it in those areas, we want to pass it back, or everyone's congested and we just pass it there and then it comes back and everybody is looking for the back pass rather than to go forward. And I mean everybody. You know, there's no running off the ball,
no overlapping,
there's nothing,
no partnership.
I said this on the instant match reaction, and I said it when we done the preview. We knew that these played 3 at the back. We knew it. So we tried 4 at the back against Chelsea. It didn't work. We tried 4 at the back at home to Spurs. It didn't work, and it was horrible. Tottenham after half an hour, because they just exposed it in the most basic of manner. And we've done it again tonight. We've gone there. Now, okay, I've got no issue with them going, right, we've worked, Tottenham is terrible, there'll be a reaction, we've worked in training, we're going forward, we're playing.
But can I just stop you there, right? Because have we worked? Because he said after the game, Ronald Koeman's words were, "This is my fault. We weren't prepared for this game." So what does that mean?
Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask him. He did say that. He did hold his hand up and said, "It's on me, it's on me, it's on me," and that's great. It's good that he's coming out and holding his hand up, because you're there managers who wouldn't put their hand up like that. They'd put it back on the players or whatever. And he did say it rests on me a couple of times, so it does rest on him. But what I'm saying to you is, in his mind or whatever, if he thinks this will work, this way you're playing, and what we'll do is we'll pull them out of place and blah. What I want to see my manager doing is, after 20 minutes when it quite clearly isn't working, do something about it. We could have gone without having to sub anyone. We had the personnel on the pitch, we could have gone and matched them up. Once they were getting in round the back, which they were, both full backs or both wing backs were getting in behind us. Wayne Rooney had a good first half really, but his best work was done in our box. He was a left back, he won 3 headers at the near post to defend corners, he was putting blocks in, he was working hard as a left back when you want him on the edge of their box. Vlasic, I don't know where he's supposed to be playing, but he ended up playing on the right anyway. You may as well have gone to 3 at the back, pushed Baines up high on one side, pushed Vlasic up high on the other, pushed Holgate inside, and just matched them up and gone, right, well, we'll just block what you're doing and see how it goes. And he didn't, he just left it, and we went behind, and
that was it.
And that's the thing, it's just so frustrating.
I'm just lost at the moment, because he's saying that they weren't prepared. So what does that mean? My biggest problem is that I don't think he knows his best 11. He doesn't know how to fit. He doesn't know how to fit that best 11 together, or he doesn't know a shape that gets his best 11. And I think he's still messing about with things when you're in really difficult games that there's no room. We've just played. Okay, we played we played City. We did okay against them, but they were still a little bit of transition. Maybe they still aren't a bit of transition. Then we played Chelsea, who I think have got a way of playing. Okay, they haven't made a brilliant start at home, but they've done quite well since. And I know how they're playing, and the players they've brought in have fitted in perfectly, because when you pay a lot of money, that's what tends to happen. Then we played Tottenham, who really haven't done that much. Haven't done any changing over 2 years, and I've got a team that's symbiotic almost. It knows exactly what he. It's like Tottenham on Saturday were almost like having the partnership of Baines and Pina, but all over the pitch. Everyone just knows what each other's going to do. And we played an Atalanta team who were again the same. They're all. You looked at the team. No, never heard of him. Never heard of him. Never heard of him. But we're a team, and a team that knew exactly what they were doing, and we're just the absolutely opposite of that. We're 11 strangers at the moment. We're all the older players who are sort of the remnants of the old have gone a little bit. And I mean, Baines for me is creaking. And without that person behind them who can come in and replace him in games like this, or a game on Sunday or last week, is going to creak even more. And it's negligence of the manager not to buy a left back. I can't stress how much that will. We said that in the summer. You had to buy a left back that was going to almost end up at the end of the season the #1 left back, like Baines did when he came in. Because I think Baines will increasingly look more tired and stressed, because he's of an age where he's has to be doing a job every single game. And it's the same with Jagielka. And unfortunately, we've come a little period where we've played really, really good set-up teams, and we are all over the place. But I think the biggest problem is that if the manager doesn't know what he wants to do, how are the players going to know? And that for me is the biggest problem. And I actually think, and you may disagree with me on this, I actually think it stems from pre-season. The pre-season wasn't a pre-season. It was to get players up to a level of fitness to get through the Europa League qualifiers. You know, other teams, whether we know it or not, or we like it or not, pre-season's not just about getting players fit. It's about players getting bedded in and working on your systems. And that's what it's there for, isn't it? Whether that be in a game or that be on the training field.
But we did play games.
But I don't think those games were geared up for me anyway, in looking back at them, the 3 friendlies we played before the Europa League games were just, well, the first one in Africa was just a PR exercise, and the next 2 just felt like fitness exercises. You'll start the pre-season, won't you, where at first it's all about fitness, and then the last maybe 2 or 3 games it's about finding that sharpness and having that team ready for the Premier League. Alright, it doesn't always click straight away, but at least you get a general sense of the shape of your team. I just feel like, and I'm not saying we shouldn't have done it, because I want to be in the Europa League, but I do feel like it was all just, we've got to get through and nothing else matters. And I think that's why we're having a hangover now. I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm just thinking that's why we're having this hangover now.
Maybe, but that's not our fault, as if they can't lay that anywhere other than that's the way it is.
Oh yeah,
it's not cute. It wasn't down to Ronald Koeman. When we had that horrendous pre-season under Martinez in his 2nd season, that was all on him.
Yeah,
that was all on him. He couldn't be arsed, and he ended up chasing stuff, and we were well undercooked.
Yeah, definitely.
This wasn't anything to do with Koeman. This is just the way it is. You know, ideally, he wouldn't have chosen to do that. But that to me shouldn't make any difference. We played some players. We're starting their 9th game tonight. The 9th game we've played.
Yeah.
So they should be ready to go.
Yeah.
9 games into a Premier League season, you're looking at league tables and going, like, you know, where are we in the mix here? So okay, that shouldn't stop you being fit. We don't look fit. And I don't know how we're not fit. So is it the routines? Is it the fact that you could have something? You could be onto something, because it could be about recovery periods and overloading them because they played a game. They can't be loaded in pre-season the way that they would be normally, because there's another competitive game. Do you know what I mean? Coming next, it might be that, or if it's not that, I don't know what it is.
I think it's a bit of both of that, though.
It might just take till October.
I think it's a bit of both of that, though. I just think the pre-season was wrecked because of having to get in the Europa League. I say it isn't anyone's fault, this. I'm not saying they should have done it this way. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying it feels like the last few games have been like about finding a way of playing, and we've had to do that on the pitch. And we did have to do that last season, but we had the luxury of a man up front who could score goals for you.
That's your problem.
But there is consistency in this, though, because we started last season like this, and the last 2 seasons, well, 2 seasons Koeman was at Southampton. You ask any Southampton fan, they'll tell you they started poorly and got better as the season went on. And then I think in both seasons, or certainly one of them, after Christmas, they were like 1-11 on the trot, like we did last season. So maybe there is a bit of consistency in that, but it does feel like he's trying to make things happen on the pitch. And because he doesn't have that time either, don't forget, we're playing a game every 3 or 4 days now. For the next 4 or 5 months, he hasn't got that time on the training pitch. He didn't have that time on the training pitch in pre-season, and it's all going to happen on the pitch, because you're going to have a recovery day, then you're going to have maybe a day of training to prepare, like how the other team set up, and then you're going to be like having a travel day or whatever, and then the game, and it's going to be like that now, relentless, and you just feel like everything's going to happen on the pitch, and that's
the way it is.
Yeah, that's the way it is,
and that's the way it's got to be. Unfortunately, we can't moan about it because we're in it. You know, ideally we probably wouldn't choose that, of course we wouldn't, but we're in it, aren't we? I think the problem is, and it's gonna come back, and I've tried to pat people down on Saturday and just go, well, it is early, let's not. But the issue is, and it's gonna come back to it time and time again, is the massive mistake in the transfer window. We knew Lukaku was going in February. We knew it. I've just watched the lad there, Patania, I think his name was, up front, bully us. Never heard of him. I'll be honest. I've probably seen him on FIFA.
I said the same on my Instagram.
Never really. It wasn't on my radar really as someone who was.
Well, it should be on your radar, because you don't get paid X amount of £1 million a year for him to be on your radar.
But he's everything we need as a centre forward. He's big, he's strong, he's clever on the ball. He knew when to pass it, he knew when to hold it. He made sure that our 2 centre backs knew they were in a game of football. But we shouldn't be bemoaning the fact that we missed out on Giroud, because we should have had another one as well. If we'd have got Giroud, we still should have had the big airy arse one coming as well, and then you would have had Sander, because Rooney's our best number 10 still, but unfortunately he's playing all over the place. Instead of just leaving him in that 10 and going like, you play there, put Sigurdsson where he played for Swansea, which was on the left, leave him there. Sandro should have been in and out and fed, in and out, play with one of these big airy asses here. get on. For me, it's the issue is the formation, and it was the issue under Martinez for me. The formation is crap. 4-3-3 doesn't work. I'm telling you that.
Or
now.
4-2-3-1 doesn't work.
It doesn't work. You need two strikers because you need to cause teams. Unless you've got great movements. Unless you've got unbelievable. Unless you're spending £500 million to build your team, it doesn't work. I don't think anyway. It's not going to work for Everton. That's the way I look at it. It didn't work for City last year. It may well work for them this year. But they've still found a way now of playing Gabriel Jesus and Aguero in there, who are two lads who will get you lots of goals. They play two centre forwards. They almost play four up front.
Well, the second half against Stoke, when we had Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Sandro and Rooney behind them, is the best I think we've looked attacking wise, and it might have only been for 15-20 minutes till Sandro went off, but I think that's the best we've looked, because we had someone up front who could hold the ball up, someone in Sandro who's got movement to pull defenders, and Rooney with the intelligence to find those players. And I absolutely agree with you. We're just fucking about all the time. One week it's in playing there, the next week it's in playing there. Go back to basics. That's what it should have been for the last couple of games. Back to basics. You're playing against tough teams. You go back to basics. You say, listen, whoever, Klassen, Sandro, you're sitting on the bench today. We're just going back to tried and tested. We're going to try and get through these games, because it's just gone all the way through the team. You go, Rooney, you're playing number 10, that's your position. Dominic Calvert, you're playing up front. Sandro, alright, you're playing next to him. God forbid the words that come out of my mouth. Morales, you're playing on the left. Lennon, you're playing on the right. But this is what, in tough times, you have to sometimes just go back.
About the shape.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
But there's players there who can play that shape. Gylfi Sigurdsson can play out of the left-hand side. He can. Yeah. He's clever. He's a good footballer. I don't see him as a number 10, because he doesn't, he's just waltzed around the pitch tonight without doing fuck all. Which when we were paying 45 million, I'm thinking, but what are we getting? We're not no pace, because you ain't got any. Now, don't get me wrong, he's a good footballer, and he is, but I think he's what you get with Sigurdsson is he's a disciplined footballer as well. He'll work his bollocks off for you, and that's why he can play in front of Leighton Baines. He can play there. Over on the right, I don't know how you make the makeup of the team, but at this moment, 4-3-3 or the 4-3-2-1 isn't working for us. We're isolating Calvert-Lewin, or Rooney's having to drop off and be so deep that when he's looking up for a pass, he's only got one pass. And he put a great ball into Calvert-Lewin at 1-0. If he'd have gambled, he'd have scored. And he went and started. He probably was used to playing with Bezet or something and didn't go. But the option was there, and I think he's got to go back to it. And it might be play 3 at the back. Well,
Baz, I was just about to say.
Sorry, go on.
The one word, and we've said it for the last few weeks. Fullbacks.
Yeah. It's
fullbacks. If you're not, you can't play one way or the other. You either play with wingers or you play with fullbacks that go forward. You can't play. You cannot play with as narrow as we are and expect to beat teams. You just can't, because it's dead easy. Defenders, all they need to do is just go. Mwah. If you've got 4, and especially if you've got 3 at the back. If you've got 3 at the back and the opposition haven't got any wingers, look at it, Militan. What is there to worry about?
Militan. You seen Calvert-Lewin today. He made a couple of really good runs and was strong. A couple of times he got the ball, held it up, and he's looking. Yeah. And he's waiting. And he's not experienced enough to get his arse in like that Patanga did. When that Patanga had it, we couldn't touch him. We were just like that. When Calvert-Lewin got shoving him in, he got shoved over about 4 times. The referee let it go. That Patanga didn't get bounced once. Now, if he had, think about it. If you knock it up and he kills it and pulls it down, and he's got someone square of him or someone making a run, we're on the attack. We're pulling people. But everyone's deep. It was like we'd done it to Lukaku last season, and it done me head in. And it was only in the second half of the season we started getting people around him. But even when we had Rom, he was ripping it up at the moment at United. How many games was he just not in the game? And then Valencia come on, and he just went happy days. And the next minute, it was like a fucking light on. It wasn't hard, bang, goal.
It was not hard though, is it? We said it all the time last season. So every time you put someone up front, even if it was Morales, you got more out your striker. If you've got, it's not rocket science. Your striker has to be really, really good to play up front, really, really experienced and really, really clever. Calvert-Lewin is a decent centre forward. We want him up there, but if people are not helping him,
do you want to know something? We'd have struggled with you, dude.
Playing like this, yeah.
If you had men round him, Giroud's great. But imagine Giroud tonight. He'd have held it up for us brilliantly. But we'd have had to go and join in.
He would have shrugged it off after about 20 minutes and just...
But you'd have just been like, get up around them. If we had like Liverpool's 3 play behind the front man, fair enough. They can break quickly and they're fucking lightning, right? And that's fine. That's fine because you've got pace, genuine pace, which is always a great phrase, isn't it? But you have people who
not fake pace.
No, not black pace.
Black pace.
Not like, you know, yeah, not
black pace.
But that's okay because they can get up. You can move through the pitch quite quickly. Then we haven't got that. Even the players we've got behind aren't really quick. Do you know what I mean? They're not. You know, Sandro can get around, but he's not. He wouldn't.
I don't. To be honest, I don't know what he is.
Right?
Because he doesn't make. I don't know if he makes intelligent. It doesn't. I don't know. I don't know what he does.
I think he's classic, trying to prove himself to himself at the moment.
I just don't know what
that's why when he picked that ball up, he turned and just had a shot. Because that's what when you want a goal and you want to prove something to yourself, you just think I'll just hit it myself because I might catch it, right? I mean, Michael Keane shooting from fucking 45, yeah. Swore more in this video than about last year. But that to me, that's the issue. So the way we play is a problem, right? And I think, as much as I've been saying, stay calm, he'll get it right, because I still think he will. I think it's gonna need to almost be ripped up. I think the thing he's got in his mind
last year.
Of how it did, he's gonna have to go. Like, we can't play like that then. So we need to play either Calvert-Lewin with Rooney 10 yards off him, 5 yards off him, and we're going to have to go 4-4, 1-1, or we're going to have to go 3-5-2 and get people around.
Going back to something you were saying before, actually, about the centre forwards, I was just wanted to say that you're right, because about the centre forwards, there are centre forwards out there, and there's loads in Italy, because they do play one up front, and they do play against defenders who are horrible, so they have tough centre forwards. And we didn't have we all this going on about getting the 5th or the 6th choice. There's loads of players out there that could have just done that job for us, and not to get anybody. I mean, even last year we got Valencia and we were like, but at least he did something when the season went on. He did something in some games.
Why didn't we get Lewis Muriel? He wanted to come. He's not quite that type of striker, but he's pacey and he's strong. He's, you know, when he ended up going to Sevilla, didn't he? You know, and things like that. And so there was players around, there was options. We almost had Babacar on deadline day. But why didn't we go and get Babacar 2 weeks before when it had a chance of going through? He's 6'3", big and strong. He'd have done that job for us. It's just to
arrogance, mate. I'm telling you now, it's arrogance. There's too many people at the club thought they were Billy Bollocks this summer. I genuinely think that now. That too many. I said to you the other day, mate. I genuinely think Koeman fucking off on holiday with 3 days of the window. I know it's not his job, right? But at some point, your manager has to.
But why did it get to 3 days?
Well, you're right. But at some point, your manager has to go, do you know what? If you're not getting this sorted, I've got to get involved. And I just think that's.
But I think deadline day, I've no doubt. Well, I know that they tried to get a few in, right? But why is it deadline day?
I know.
Why the season started on the Premier League season began on the 11th of August. Or sorry, the 12th of August. So we should have been that whole week chasing people around, offering money here. We should have got. I said it at the time, and I'll say it again. We should have got Christian Benteke. We should have paid 40-50 million. Don't care. We if we've got money like we say we have. Why aren't we paying it? Why are we arsing about because you're going, I might do, I mightn't do. 48 hours, lad. If you want to come, you come. If you don't, that's fine. But
and do you know what? Buy Benteke and then just go, well, listen, we'll still come after you, Giroud. Yeah. If you make yourself available,
then we'll take you as well.
Come back for you.
Right, we will.
Exactly.
Because if we want to go where we want to go, you need 4 attackers. You know, and that to me, I just look at it now and I just think, even if we get some of the other bits right, we're gonna fall short.
I mean, just looking at. I mean, the up front's fine. We know we're shit up there, but suddenly we've become very shit at the back as well.
But it's because of the shit.
No, I know. But at the beginning, what I'm saying is, beginning of the season, we looked all right.
Yeah.
And you think, well, we might steal a few 1-0s, but we just look awful at the back now. And
okay, so what's changed? What's changed from Man City? or did we just get away with it at City?
One of the problems, I mean, I'm not having a go at the fella, but I don't know why he changed the goalie tonight.
Yeah.
Because number one, the goalie is a great goalkeeper, and not only is he a great goalkeeper saves wise, but I think he organises really well. I don't think we would have got caught out on the set piece if he was in goal, because I just think he spots trouble early. Number two, and I think this is another thing that has to be, you know, Pickford's our best he's our best fucking out ball.
Well,
how many times do you think tonight he would have picked out Calvert-Lewin at the other end of the pitch?
Not just that. How many times did we just kick the ball into touch?
Jagielka lashing it.
And Keane.
Yeah.
Twice he looked and just boosted it out. Where in the first couple of games, everything went back to Pickford.
Yeah.
Everything. So he saved us giving possession away because they just give him the ball back. Now, listen, Stekelenburg made a couple of really good saves. He did, and he wasn't at fault for any of the goals.
Not having a go. Not having a go with him.
So you can't look at him and go, well, we got beat because he played. He didn't. But I always think the message is wrong.
Yeah.
When you go, you're our number one keeper, but tonight he's playing.
Tonight, Matthew.
Because I just think I heard something. I was listening to talk shite this morning because I was driving around and I was just interested over. They were talking about Arsenal and the fact that Wenger had said these 8 aren't involved, and I can't remember who it was. An ex-player anyway was saying, well, what that does, and Dean Saunders actually made a couple of good points, which is a rarity in itself, isn't it? But he was saying the lads you leave out want to play. So you want to play. The lads you bring in think, well, I'm just getting brought in because no one's really asked about this game. And the lads you leave in the team are like, aren't I as important as him? Then he's getting the rest. And he said, but the biggest thing you're doing, the biggest mistake, and players feel it as well, is when you change the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
If he's your number one, because you're saying, yeah, this game isn't as important.
Yeah.
You know, now okay, there might be games for Stekelenburg.
No, there shouldn't be.
No, but I'd get it if he played them at home to Sunderland next week.
No, I wouldn't.
But I would.
I wouldn't.
He's got 3 goalies and he will. No, what I'm saying
Why
to you,
though?
No, but
the League Cup's our best opportunity to win a trophy.
Well, he might say, well, I'll play in Pickford against Sunderland. I've played Stekelenburg because we won't win it. What I'm saying to you is there's 3 goalkeepers, and at some stage, one of them has to play. Right? The other, they will. That's what he'll say.
Alright, okay. Hang on. When was Neville Southall rotated?
No, I know.
No, I'm just asking the question.
Yeah, but I also watched Everton with 14 players.
Alright, but I'm not talking.
Playing 64 games and winning everything.
So, why do you need to rotate your goalkeeper?
Because they will.
For what point?
No, but what I'm saying to you is,
but don't forget about them. Why?
No, but I agree with you. But I'm saying to you, look. There's what we believe, right, and there's what will actually happen, right. So what I believe is Pickford should play every game because he's just, even more so because he's just come in, and he's trying to establish a real partnership with those players, so those defenders know. So therefore, game after game after game after game after game, because then they know, right?
Which will be on the next
But
point.
I know that Stekelenburg, I know that he will want to give the other keepers a game, right? Away in Italy, the first fucking match day 1 isn't the time to do it.
And that's a brilliant point, and that leads me on to the next point. The back 5, right, so far, Pickford played every game but tonight.
Yeah.
Right? Then you've got Holgate playing right back, and then you've got Martina playing right back, and then you've got Keane, and then you've got Jags, and then you've got Jags, and then you've got Ashley Williams playing sometimes, and then you've got Baines. So, what the fuck is that about? Because the defence, the best way...
Why does Baines play every game?
Because he's the only left back, which is another fuck up.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
I know, but...
It doesn't...
But Keane played his worst game tonight in an Everton shirt.
Yeah, he did.
Just followed by his second worst game, which was against Tottenham, right?
However, he did make a couple of important.
No, I'm not having a go at him as such.
No, I'm saying
but tonight, he's had in the last 2 games a different right back and a different centre partner and a different goalie. What the fuck is that about? This is what does my head in. Rotation only works if there's a there's some consistency, and it's not consistent shite that you're playing next to them. Right, Martina plays when we want to attack, and Holgate plays when we want to defend, and the other 2 are just so fucking old that you have to rotate them. That's not how our football team's supposed to work. It's just not. It's about partnerships all over the pitch, and the only way you get partnerships is by playing people consistently. Keane is a young lad in his own right. He's had a couple of good seasons playing for Burnley, but that was his first, like, okay, he's played the other European games, but that was his first, like, Europa League group game.
Against good opposition.
Against top opposition. And then he's playing in front of a new goalkeeper with a different right back to who he played in the last game, and a different centre back. That's not right. You can't do that. I don't give a I just don't think you make that many changes, Baz, and get away with it.
Why I think it's more of an issue than it potentially will be at other times is the run we're on as well. It's not like we're playing well and this is just a game and he's gone, this is what I'm doing, and you've got, because to be fair, I think United lost their first group game. I know it was like 2-1 or something. They were shit in the early part, and then they got through, right? So and you've even spoke about that and gone, we can bumble our way through it almost, which is fine. But when you're in the middle of such a run with no kind of like shape, and it's not like we're dominating games or we're having 30 shots a game, we are minging from start to finish almost, with a couple of minutes in between where we create 1 or 2 things and then that goes. So when you're struggling, the basis is get a result.
Exactly.
Get a result. So get a result by playing players. It's like Sunday. Is Holgate going to play Sunday? Or is Martina going to be back in? Right. No, but I'm saying.
So you're a brown paper bag.
Would it surprise you if Cuca Martina plays at Old Trafford on Sunday?
Yes, it would actually.
It would?
Yeah,
okay.
because I've already figured out the manager.
Yeah, but it wouldn't.
When we're playing against the team that are going to attack us, he plays Holgate, and when we play at home and he wants to attack the opposition, he plays Martina. That's not how it works, though.
Martina played Saturday, and they were always going to fly at us.
Well, he wanted to attack him, and I knew that. You could see he wanted to attack him, right? No, I understand that, but the point is, you shouldn't have 2 different right backs to do 2 different jobs.
Well, some teams will have that. Only both right backs are equally as good as each other. Yeah. I don't think they are. That's where I've got big issues with the manager at the moment. Yes, Jags had to come in, but then Jags had to play.
Do me a favour, leave him in on Sunday. He's not on a walking stick.
Williams will come back in Sunday.
Exactly, that's the problem, isn't it? And then probably, you're right, Martina might come in at right back or Holgate might play. It's just, it's fucking...
It's almost, at the moment, this...
There's a wall. Here's a thing in my hand. Let's see if it sticks.
This reminds me of like Championship Manager when you're struggling.
Well, that's what I was going to say before.
And you just start playing. You get beat, and you go, fucking fuming with, right, next week I'm playing all these different players, and then you get beat. And you go,
it's not just that.
Right, the week after we get right. I need to try this routine and see this formation, see if this way. That's how it looks, because you are almost trying to stumble upon the right.
It's not just that, is it? It's the other thing. And at the moment, we've put all these players in, but he's got all these lines going off them. You know, like he's playing there, but he's going to go inside. And he's going to play up there. He's going to come back, and he's going to go up there, and they're all just going in all different directions. And it's listen. If Wayne Rooney ends up playing left back, you know you've got problems, and you have to change it during the match. Where the fuck was Tom Davies tonight? Like genuinely, where was he?
He might have picked up a knock. I don't know. I'm just saying, because I couldn't believe when I seen a bench. I was thinking, where's Luckman? Where's Von Davis? Where's John Joe Kenny?
See, that's another problem for me, right? Because at some point he's going to have to admit he's wrong, and he's going to have to look at someone, Adam Luckman, and go, "I'm going to have to play you 5-6 games now in a row, just to see." But because we need pace in the team.
No, we do. But
I'm not massive.
Jury's out with him.
It is
at them only because we're not playing well.
Maybe playing as a number 10. Because everyone else fucking does!
Luckman's got loads of ability, and I think he's going to be a good player for us. I just think we're struggling like fuck. And I think the way we play, our shape, won't help him.
I'd just rather have a Luckman, a Kenny and a Davis in the team than some of our players. What the fuck's going on with Morgan Schneiderlin, by the way? Genuine. Did this bear jib him or something? Or did they get married and he's getting
a bit more
than he did last season or something?
So. He just
or he's getting less.
No, I think he's getting
He has
more.
been abysmal
I think he's
this season.
Because his thighs are gone.
He has been abysmal this season.
Morgan, put the calm of fucking suits down.
What's his going?
Lad.
He's one that didn't have a good pre-season and is not. It's weird, like him and Ashley Williams had terrible pre-seasons and have just carried it into the season and just can't sort of get that break. And maybe a break for Morgan Schneiderlin is sitting on his ass for a few games. Because honestly, I'd put Ghana with Tom Davies in there and just say, let's see what we can do with this.
I think now we're coming into a period of, I don't know about Sunday with those two. Actually, yeah.
I don't see how it would be any worse, Baz.
No, but we know what I was thinking. Anfield, and those two played, but they were terrible.
They were, but maybe if you played them in maybe then, I don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe then you ask someone else to be there.
No, but I think Ghana, when he came in, was that defensive midfield player for us, and he was magnificent, wasn't he? And then he went to the African nations, and then we got Schneiderlin, and Schneiderlin was incredible. And then Ghana came back and never got going again. And I don't think he's got going this season, but looking at Schneiderlin tonight, I mean, why didn't Ghana come on at half time?
Oh, saving him for Sunday.
Well, maybe that's what it was. But maybe he just looked and thought 3-0, there's no point putting him on. Why? A defensive midfield player. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's like almost like a waste of a player.
Second half, he tried to. Well, did he go 3 at the back?
He went, Bezos dropped it. To be fair though, right, second half, we were marginally better than we were first.
Yeah, marginally.
But because we
looked better with Klassen and Sandro on the
pitch. But we moved up and we matched them for shape.
Isn't that one of the big problems at the moment? Is that every time we attack, it's in isolation. There's no. I think last season where we were really good, and this is where Schneiderlin's so important, was especially in the home games. Everything went through him, and we camped in other teams.
Think back to last season, right? What did you always went on about his angles?
Yeah.
That he made, like. But more often than not, who was he giving the ball to?
Tom Davies or Romelu Lukaku or
no, he wasn't. He was giving it to Barkley.
Well, it's late,
right? Because Barkley was offering himself. Right now, you look at the midfield at the moment. We've got Ghana sitting square with him who just wants to pass it there, right? Klassen, when he plays, is too far ahead.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, and Gylfi's there. Gylfi's over to the left hand side. So I'm not. This isn't excusing him, right?
No.
But I'm saying, we've lost a dynamic that was good last season,
unfortunately,
and we have to get round that because even if Barkley was wanting to stay, it's out till December anyway. Exactly. So it's irrelevant. But I'm just saying to you.
The point is, you're right.
We've lost.
But that's partnerships. That's relationships that get built up over time or on the training pitch, and that's what's going to happen. But that he was last season, the second half of the season. He was huge for just helping us camp in other teams' half. And you know, if you start camping in other teams' half and you get control, like other teams are doing to us at the moment, eventually we'll make a chance.
Yeah.
And that's what we're not doing. We're not sitting in opposition's halves. We did it a little bit in that spell, funny enough, where we had the Gylfi shot and the Rooney shot. For 5 or 10 minutes, we just kept the ball. And it wasn't fast, it wasn't brilliant. It was just we kept the ball. And we kept it alive, and eventually we created chances, and that's what we're not doing. And he's a big part of that, Schneiderlin, because and he did it really well at Split. Just kept the ball, got it back, and then created nice little angles. But that you need movement for that. You need players offering themselves up, and that's just not happening at the moment. And it's making him look like a bit of a dick. But when you see him not tracking runners, a la Spurs, and when you see him have a little look at the far post as the fella taps it in, and you actually seen his face go,
seen him realise,
shit, I was marking him.
Yeah.
Then
maybe he does need to be brought out a couple of games, sit on the bench and go, get your thoughts together, because you have got a fight to get in this side.
I don't know. It's just everything.
You know what else worries me?
They need some consistency, I think, in the team as well.
Well, there's got to be consistency, because you're never gonna get. Even when the best teams rotate, they've got 8 players who are normally playing every week. They might rotate 2 or 3, but 8 are there who know each other. And the other thing that I guess is a little bit of a worry, and I kind of glossed over it last season. I probably didn't at the time, but then I did because we started winning games. Is that remember when Chelsea spanked us and he spoke of there's gonna be a reaction that's noticed it. We played Swansea at home who was shite. Well, fucking Bradley turned up who didn't get anything, and we scraped through it with a late goal from Coleman to get a point. We got spanked at home on Saturday, and he talked about a big reaction tonight. It was worse than Tottenham, and that worries me. That because the one thing that Moyes had, and I'm not advocating Moyes is better than Koeman and all that crap, but the one thing you knew with Moyes is when you put in a horror show like we did against Spurs tonight, there would have been some kind of reaction. Maybe not in Italy because we were shite went to Fiorentina, but there'd be some kind of reaction a week later. And I don't know whether it's him. I don't know whether the players like him or don't like. To be honest, it shouldn't make any fucking difference whether they like him or not. And I don't know whether they do. I don't know whether, I'm not just putting it up, but what I'm saying is there wasn't enough arseness tonight from our players when we went 2-0 down. They should have been going, fucking hang on a sec, because that third goal is in back. We've got the ball on the edge of their box, we give it away with a sloppy frigging pass, and it's a clearance, and the lad's in, and okay, he's trying to find the kid on the far post, and he hits the lad.
The best bit about the third goal is Besic's ghost tackle. Did you see it?
No,
the lad runs past, and Besic just throws himself on the floor. As in, as in, when they show this on telly, I won't be in the shot. Basically, it's embarrassing. I don't know why he does it.
They did have, as well as being really good, they did have a few rubs of the green. Like the first goal, is it Jags on the shoulder or Rooney on the shoulder and goes through Calvert-Lewin's legs to the lad who should be marking. And the third goal is a pass to the wing, and it hits the lad and just breaks the only place he could, and he slots it well. But I just thought in that, particularly in the first half, there was no heart, there was no desire. And if you've got a team with no shape, it's very, very easy to pick holes in it. And at the moment, we ain't got any shape, and we haven't got people going, where the fuck are we? Where's the lines? Where are we? Why aren't you keeping the ball? Why aren't you supporting them? And it's all breaking down.
No, but I mean, just sticking on that point, I'm worried. I am worried about, because we were supposed to have, Koeman's a leader, and he's brought in leaders, and we don't look like we've got any leaders again now. Rooney's having a go at people, and not having a go at people, having a go at the ref and stuff, but there's no one on the pitch. There's no one looks like they're galvanising the team or trying to pick the team up or having a go at each other, or maybe because they're all some of them are new to each other, but there's no one out there taking responsibility is more probably the word. No one feels like they're taking responsibility for anything that's going on. There doesn't look like there's any leadership. There doesn't look like there's anyone bollocking anyone or anything like that. I just think we look rudderless in the way we play and the way we and you're right, the manager comes out afterwards and he's not like it's not like fucking fire and brimstone or all that. He's just like, yeah, my fault. Like there's no deep anger or anything.
It's good that he said it.
No, I understand that, but it doesn't there's no.
But I want to see it from the players though.
But there's no I just didn't see. I just don't see any passion out there. When they were brilliant tonight, they were up for it from the beginning. The commentary kept on talking about how far away it was from their home and that the fans and the atmosphere they had created and all that kind of thing, and that was brilliant. That they wanted it every tackle. They wanted it. They were in a dirty side. They were a physical side. They were great though. They reminded me of Everton teams, maybe under Moyes, or they were well up for it, or the Dogs of War kind of thing. They had technique, but they were really tough as well and strong, and they wanted to win it, and it meant everything. Like the lad who scored the second goal, who's obviously one of their best players, they were saying before, this could be an opportunity shot window. And you're thinking, but he was like one of those typical number 10s for an Italian team that is fucking better than everyone else. And it's just like, I'm the boss here, and everything's just going to go through me. And he was brilliant, but he had that little bit of extra as well. It wasn't arrogance, it was just, yeah, I'm great here, fuck you, your Premier League knobheads. I ain't buttons compared to, to some of you sort of thing. And I love that about them. But we don't seem to have that. We seem soft again. We seem really soft again. And that's what's hard. It's not like, I want to see a response. If we lose, see, like last season when Williams was arguing with Lukaku, that didn't bother me one bit. I like that. Williams saying to Lukaku, Lukaku's reaction was a bit, but Williams going, you're a dickhead, you're supposed to be doing this. Where's that gone? And
we were winning at the time.
Yeah, because it was about keeping hold of the lead. Where's that at the moment? All I see is players just go, pulling their hands up. And I don't know whether that comes because the players, and this is a horrible thing to say, 4 Premier League games into the season, but the players don't like playing in this system. They know it's not going to work. You know what I mean? As a fan or as a player or whatever, if you watch a game or you're part of it and you know something's not going to happen. Like, you could be sitting in the meeting while he's telling you this, and you just go, this isn't going to work. We tried to do this last week. We don't have the players. But the manager, and I just think that's, I honestly feel like there's a bit of that at the moment. The players are like,
do you think there's the way we spoke about this, I think, in the final word for Tottenham, do you think there's like a disconnection with the players, the way the fans feel it with Koeman? Do you think there's that with the players?
But
it's hard to say.
But we've always said this, you don't have to like the manager, you just have to respect him. But how far does that go? Where
look at the Palace thing, that's all I'm saying, right? And I'm not lightening us to Crystal Palace, but I'm just saying, look how easy they threw their hand in under the ball. Right, 4 games in.
Leicester did it, and our players did it for Martinez. Of course they did. It's not rocket science.
And I'm not saying that this is happening, by the way. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, when you look at things and you go, how's this drop off been so big? Because when you think to last season, right? Okay, we had Rom, and it's great. You give him a chance and he'd score. Okay, but we still done all the other bits as well. He was just a cherry on the top, right? Yeah. And now if we were doing the same bits and Sandro was missing, or it was breaking down with Calvert-Lewin, or that, you can look and go, if only we had fucking Romelu Lukaku, right? But all the other bits aren't doing the same stuff.
Don't you think football and football teams are about clicks, basically? And I just look at the players who stuck it out. Jagielka, Baines, Barry, mates. Then they're all mates, right? Look at the ones: Jerry, Barkley, Rom, Stones. Couldn't wait to get out the door. Couldn't wait to get out. Can't wait to get out the door.
Yeah.
Lukaku. We had videos made of Lukaku signing his contract and thumbnails and all the rest of it. We had it all ready to go. We were waiting. On that day we had it ready. We were ready to press go, and then the news came in that he had, and we were just like, "What the fuck?"
Because he turned up that day when they had everyone there, the fanfare, and he turned up and said, "I'm signing it now."
But those 4 players were like the golden generation of Everton. Yeah. But the thing about it is the young players, and you just think this. You wonder whether Koeman's way of doing things doesn't wash with those players, because they've been brought up a different way, where they've got a boss car when they're 18 and they've got their money already and it's already guaranteed, and you just wonder where.
So how do you combat that then?
I don't know if you can. I honestly don't know if you can. I think football moves so quickly now that one generation to the next is lost, and so quickly. And you just wonder whether, and I'm not.
What is he, 53?
I'm not having a go at him. I'm not saying. I'm just saying that. Well, what the manager has to do, and this is why, again, Sir Alex Ferguson is the best manager. Not saying he's the best manager ever, but he somehow recognised what needed to be done. He changed his coach every 3 years, fresh face on the training pitch, so it wasn't. Everything was new. It was fresh. There was a new way of doing things. Players didn't get bored. Younger players or whoever didn't feel like their face didn't fit. You know, if the face didn't fit with one coach, well, it's all right because I'm going to get another chance or whatever. He
fucking sold Beckham.
Well, of course.
Imagine selling David.
But he said, hang on, hang on. He sold Mark Hughes, Andrzej Kanchelskis and Paul Ince in the same summer, and they were 3 of their best players, but he knew what was to come. Now I'm not saying about Koeman, I'm just saying it just feels like there are some people who respond to the way he does things, and there's other people who don't. But what I don't think helps is when he does give people a chance, like Tom Davies. And then for me, this is the season Tom Davies should be really breaking through. This is where we should be seen if he is the real deal. And for me, that's been stopped in its tracks by the manager not playing him. But for me, Tom should be playing.
See, he could be helping Schneiderlin. We haven't got Ross, and now we haven't got Tom, and we had the both of them playing our best from Christmas onwards. When Davies got on the side, he was in every game. And so was Ross Barkley. And that was Everton at its best.
So now
and now he's not.
So now he's not even involved. And if I was him, I'd be going, "What the fuck's all this about?" And he'll be talking to people like John Joe Kenny and people like the lads who've gone on loan and going, you're never going to get a chance. And if you do get a chance, you'll fucking buy someone else to replace you as soon as he gets a chance. And I would be worried about that if I was a player. I'm not saying I'm worried about that as a fan, because we think different. We don't think different. We do think differently from players, because players, it's a career, and it can swing on little things, and it's your perception. When everything's going right, you're looking at Barkley going, you're greedy, no bad. But now when things like that, you're going, maybe Barkley had a point. That's football. It will always be like that. You will always change your mind on circumstances. But I just worry. That's just a worry for me. Is that I looked at that team tonight, and I think, well, you've got the old guard who are not pulling any trees, and then you've got the new guard, and then the youngsters who are supposed to be, who helped us last, are not even involved. So it's like, and then that puts a lot of weight on people like clashing shoulders, because people start going, you're a fucking teacher's pet, you, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? It's not good for anybody. That's not good for anyone.
He might benefit from having Davies in there.
Yeah.
Someone who'll give him the ball and go and get it back.
Ross Barkley benefits from having Tom Davies in, because it took all the pressure off him. But I just looked at the attitude of those players tonight, and that comes from the players, not from the manager. And I just looked at them and I just thought, it's not that they don't give a fuck. They just look defeated. Like, in the last 2 games, as soon as that first goal's gone in, it's gone, the game's finished.
So
the Chelsea game, as soon as that first goal went in,
how do we arrest that?
I have no idea. I do not.
Because I
do not get paid £6 million a year.
No, but I'm just saying for us, because this is what we do.
But what would you, if I was to say to you, does he come in Sunday and go, like you said last week, this is a freebie, we're going to rip the fucking shit up. John Joe, you're in. Adamola, you're in. Tom, you're back in there, kid. And say, look at last season when he played the derby. When he brought all those young lads in and give them all a chance. Okay, it didn't end up brilliantly, but he went.
But I think we've got to rip the way we're playing up anyway.
Well, exactly. So why not do it against Man United?
Well, I would. I'd go 3 at the back. I would. At this moment in time, I'd go 3 at the back, because he's gonna play Ashley Williams no matter what. Right? He is. We know he is.
But does he have to if he plays 3 at the back though? If he could play Holgate.
No, but Holgate. I wouldn't play Holgate, Jags. I wouldn't play Jags, Keane, and Williams though. He could do, because it's experience, and sometimes experience is really good. But looking at the way Williams got the arse torn out of him by Harry Kane at the weekend, I just don't think he's playing well enough at the minute. I'd have Holgate. I'd literally go 3 at the back and go, let's try and give these, and Kenny would get a go for me, because he's a scout.
Exactly.
But Tom Davies would be in there. You know, maybe you go a midfield 3, Garner, Davies and Schneiderlin, and you go, right, be busy.
We just have to get through Sunday, don't we? I'm not saying without being embarrassed or anything, but they have to turn up and put a display on, and whatever happens. If they beat us because they're a better side, because they are a better side, then fair enough. But we can't be going there and it just all falls to bits. Because because I tell you what, I'll tell you what, Baz. Sorry, I'll tell you what. Yeah. On Sunday, if Man United are 3-0 up at half time, they won't take their foot off.
No,
they will not take their foot off.
No.
And Lukaku will enjoy every goal he gets.
Of course,
because he will.
Because he's told us that. That's his state, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he'll enjoy every goal he gets.
Every game, isn't he?
So there'll be no messing about on Sunday.
And the other thing, what they won't do, what we can't do, is when we go behind on Sunday, which we will. That's the way I feel at the moment. I'm normally.
Even if we score first, they'll be like.
But when we go behind,
go too early.
You've got to stay in the game. You can't go goal, because that's what's happening at the moment. Chelsea was 2 in 3 or 4 minutes. Tottenham, it was the same. Tonight, it was the same. You've got to be able to go. That was the one thing Moyes' teams were good at most of the time. There were some games where they fucking weren't, of course, but most of the time. Or the good teams, because every team goes behind in games. The good teams are able to just go. Liverpool can't do it at the moment. They concede a goal. You know they're going to concede another one because they're shite at the back. But the good thing about them is they've got goals. But good teams go, that's the first goal. Fucking stay in this game, get everyone back. Now, okay, the odd game, they'll lose another goal and they'll lose another goal. But in general, they're able to sit it in and go, let's get through. And that's what we should have done.
That's my biggest worry at the moment, is that in the last 3 games, as soon as the team we've played has scored their first goal, the game has been over, and we have just felt a bit. Yeah. And that to me is it's not an attitude problem. That's a confidence problem.
Could you have envisaged sitting there in the summer and hoping for 2 games on the spin early on that the team wouldn't score. You know, let's just settle for 30.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's not concede any more than 3. When it went the last 2 games, I've thought like 3-0. But please don't concede any more.
I look at this team and I look at them and I just, it's not confidence. I think it's belief. I think it's belief that they know that we can't score goals, and then that means that there's a belief that
once we go behind,
the system doesn't work to suit the, it's not getting the best out of anyone. Like if you had a system that it was like, right, well, we're playing this player here, and alright, the rest of you might suffer a little bit, but he's going to be boss, and it's going to work.
Well, teams do that.
Which
and clubs do.
But now we're trying.
I think the whole thing was, it was like when we had Martinez for the last, you know, when a goal went in, you knew. You can't, everyone just looked on it. We had that, like the Stoke game and Roman scored on it, that picture where he's on the halfway line just looking back at them, and we had that a few times where you know that we can't keep outscored, but when you've got a centre forward who's got goals in him, you go, alright, going behind, well we only get him a chance, but alright.
Yeah.
It's just massive holes in it at the moment, and somehow he's got to plug them.
Yeah, the only slight bit of good news from tonight was the fact that the other game was a draw.
Oh.
So that leaves, you know.
Well, we're at home to Limassol.
We're at home to Limassol next. If
we beat them.
We're beat them. We're back in it. If hopefully,
and then
if Atalanta can beat Lyon,
then straight away.
We're back in it, aren't we? We're back in it straight away, and then I think it'll be those games against Lyon that'll be the most pivotal ones.
Of course, get 4 points from those 2. You know, win at home, beat them, draw away from home, maybe. You know, beat Limassol. You know, then I think we'll beat Atalanta at home. I didn't see anything there tonight that'd make me think they'll.
Hopefully, I don't know if we'll beat anyone ever again. That's basically the way I feel tonight.
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad though, isn't it? Because you know, we could go to shut up, Baz, you tit. I was going to say we could go to Old Trafford.
Do you know what was great? That bit when we were signing all the players and we weren't playing any games.
That was the most
exciting. I love footy. It's like that.
People were moaning, and I remember saying, if you're moaning now, this is the best bit. That
was the best bit.
The best bit was we were believing them, and there was all those things on Twitter of Liverpool fans with their heads falling off. They're not falling off now, are they? Fucking pissing themselves.
The under-23s is boss as well.
They're good.
They signed loads of players as well.
And they win.
And they played their good pace. Yeah, and they played their good. I'm just going to start supporting them.
They've got about 9 strikers.
We just do like Toffee TV under-23s.
They'll do that anyway.
Yeah, they don't pay.
But they've got about 9 strikers.
Boss, they just signed players, and then it'd be like, we could like City getting dead excited. We just signed Joseph Goebbels from FC German team. He's up-and-coming young striker. He's only 12. He's great. His family history's not good, but don't worry about that. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. There's the final word. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Are you genuinely worried? Are you one of these? And I'll tell you what, there's a few out there saying we need to sack him. Let us know in the comments.
Or are you the other way? Who were just like, pack it in. It'll be sound.
Chill out.
I am a bit of a chill out, but I'm just thinking every game that goes by, I'm starting to go, come on.
I'm not. Yeah, I just wonder what it would actually take. But then that's a story for a different day. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching Toffee TV, and we will see you later.